Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite, going to tie Raoul's route up into a nice, neat little bow today. We are going to do his bonus episodes, and then we are done. Which is sad, because you know how much I love Raoul, and this route was a trip. So, anyway, bonus episode 1. Yos. A few months after marrying her, I was at my childhood home with her again. My parents had been doing excavation work at Crunch Canyon, and now they were returning, so we planned to have a meal together. I only came because they said they had a souvenir for me. But then I received a text that said a storm caused their flight to get canceled, and they wouldn't be able to join us. We sat on my childhood bed as we looked out the window. The winds are getting stronger. Yeah, I hope your parents are alright, Raoul. I'm sure they'll be fine. When I was younger, I rode on planes my dad piloted, even during storms. In storms? He always went right through them. This time they're using the proper commercial airline, so it'll be safe. Sorry. He did mention considering land travel if flying wasn't an option. By land? Of course, I stopped him, so don't worry. It'll be faster if he just waits for the next plane. Oh, that's good. I could tell she felt relieved. Oh, I don't know why I was reading that as me. I could tell she felt relieved by my words. It's dangerous to drive in the middle of a storm. The wind could flip over your car, or you could get into an accident, since rain made visibility worse. This is adorable, though. It really is like, you're like, wind could flip over your car. What kind of car are you driving, and what kind of fucking winds are they? It is dangerous to drive in the midst of, like, a fucking hurricane, but, like, most of the time people drive in storms. It is dangerous, don't get me wrong, but most people know, like, okay, when you're driving in really torrential downpour rain and you can't pull off the road, you drive with your emergency flashers on and actually turn your fucking lights on. Not your daytime running lights, because then your tail lights are not on. That does not help the people behind you, and you don't want to get rear-ended on the fucking highway. But, like, when it's really, really bad and you are driving and you can't see shit, if you have your emergency flashers on, the cars coming up behind you that might be going faster than you will fucking see you. They will see you and know, okay, there's a car there, instead of flying up behind you and scaring the shit out of you. You know what I mean? So, plus you're going under the speed limit anyway, so you should be doing that. But, like, sometimes you kind of you're still driving along, but you're like, I can't do 80 on the highway. We were doing, like, 25, but flashers are on, everyone's going slow. You're just toddling along, keeping like, it's about the only time people actually drive safely. Like, to be fair. Not saying that on the highway you should only be driving 25, because, like, you'll kill people. But, like, but you know what I mean? Like, usually on a nice day on the highway, people are zooming in and out, cutting in between, barely, like almost taking your bumper off, flying up your ass, and you're like, you know, all I have to do is tap my fucking brakes and we're all gonna die, bitch. Like, seriously? What the fuck are you doing? Like, do you know how dangerous driving is just in general? Like, holy fucking shit. I'm driving tons of, well, it's not really metal, but like plastic now, but like still, holy shit. Holy fucking shit, dude. No. Christ, we're all gonna die if you keep driving like assholes. But like, serious rain is usually like when everybody is like, okay, slow down. Okay, 30 car lengths in front of me. And you're like, it's about time that somebody follows the rules of the road, but only when it's downpouring rain. I live in an area where it downpours rain a lot. I don't drive on the highway, though, because people drive like psychos, and I personally prefer not to drive on the highway and nearly die. Also, I've avoided a highway since I almost died on a fucking highway several years ago, and I was like, nope, not doing this anymore. I was driving back from my mom's house, so it was like a 9 or 10 hour drive anyway, and I was in Florida driving, and I just usually drive with cruise control on, so I'm like, seriously, pass me, go around me, but like, do not ride on my ass. It's like, because I've been doing the same speed the whole fucking time. Literally, I know for a fact, because I have cruise control on. I'm doing the whole same damn speed. I just want to be left the fuck alone. Go around me, leave me alone. Don't try to play leapfrog. Don't be like, I'm going to cut in front of you and then slow down so that I have to pass you. So then I don't care if you're bored on the highway. Go find someone else to play with. This is a fucking highway. We're driving death machines. This is not playtime. Seriously? Always find those people. And I'm like, I'm on cruise control. I might speed up a little bit to get past someone a little bit faster, because I also don't like it if I'm in cruise control and someone's like going to pass me and then they're just riding right next to me and it's like, will you fucking go past? You know what I mean? Or like you're passing a truck, so you're like, I'll go a little bit faster, get in front of them because I know I'm going faster than them because I caught up to them, whatever. I just want to be left alone on the highway. But I was passing this guy trailering a boat, like a big boat, not like a tiny little speedboat, like an actual fucking boat, And I'm going past him and I was on cruise control, but something I was like, I'm going to bump it up a little bit to get past him a little bit faster, right? Thank fucking God, because I hear something crunch against and I don't know if he threw up gravel or if it was like a tie from the boat smack my car. I didn't see any damage on my car or whatever, but I hear this noise and I look, and as I'm passing him, I see the boat swerve into my fucking lane. And I'm like, holy fucking shit! And then I get past him a little bit because I was like next to the truck, but the boat started coming over. I don't know if he decided he was going to try to get over. There was no reason. There was nobody in front of him. So I don't know if he just wasn't paying attention or maybe the boat hit something, like there was something in the road, like whatever. It seemed like he started to get into my lane because I was in the fast lane. There was no need for him to get over. And then he realized that I was there because people tend to do that. Like, I'm going to just get over and then look for the car that might be next to you. That's why you're supposed to look in your mirrors and look and make that's where you're supposed to fucking look. You know what I mean? People don't fucking do this though. But the boat started coming over and I could see it in my, I'm like, holy fucking shit. I get past him and seriously, as I am passing him, the boat swings. It kind of goes over the other to the right, comes into the left, literally flies into the left lane where I literally just was like 3 seconds ago. Totally goes sideways, snaps off the truck, and flips down the fucking highway. And I'm like, if I had not decided to pass him, maybe, I don't know, maybe it still would have happened. Maybe he was trying to get over and wasn't paying attention and oh fuck, someone's there and whatever. But he obviously, it's like, you cannot drive like an asshole if you're trailering a motherfucking boat, you jackass. But like, if I had just been kept going like the speed I was going and hadn't sped up a little to get around him, I would have ended up with a fucking boat on top of me and I would have fucking died. Like, there was no fucking way my car with a giant fucking boat and my birds were with me. And I was like, I had to pull over at a rest stop and because I was like shaking, I was like, I could have died. Like, there was no way I would have walked away from that. If I walked away, my birds never would have survived. And like, you don't fuck with my animals, like, holy fucking shit. Like, I do the best to secure them in a car, but a boat flipping over on top of my fucking car is not going to save them. And the thing is like, afterward, I'm like, I saw the boat flip down the motherfucking highway. I saw it flipping in my rearview mirror, and I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, like, even if he had gotten over, he would have smashed into me with a boat, and I would have been off in the ditch, like, because we were doing almost 80. You know what I mean? Because I think, like, the speed limit was, like, 70. I think I usually do, like, 77 or so. I think I was only doing, like, 76, but I popped it up a little bit to just be like, let me get past him a little bit faster. I don't know if it was my dad being like, go faster. Just pop it up. Because, like, normally I'm just, like, cruise control and pass people. I'm like, yeah, this is fine. But I was like, something just told me just pop it up a little bit. Just boop, boop, up that thing. Because that boat would have plowed into me or it would have flipped over on me. No. And so I'm like, no. I have not gone to visit my mom since. Also, I'm not supposed to be driving, especially long distances. But I'm like, yeah, no. I don't like highways. And ever since, it's been years, but I'm like, nope, still traumatized. Never liked driving past tractor trailers. Sure as fuck don't trust people in boats. And the amount of boats that fucking cause accidents or snap off cars or flip down highways on 95 in Florida on a regular basis is kind of astounding. So, like, it's really kind of fucked up that people who own boats don't know how to properly drive when they're trailering a boat. But that, I could not find any evidence that, like, I looked for that and I'm like, there is no news about this anywhere. And you're like, that could, like, there wasn't a lot of people on the road. So luckily, like, the other people that had been near him were in the slow lane. So maybe they were able to, like, slam on their brakes and avoid it or whatever. Because that boat rolled down in the middle lane and the fast lane. And there wasn't really anybody else around. So, like, I would have been the only one that died, or like whatever got involved in this. But there was still no news about it. And I'm like, I guess it just happens. But if you look up, boat flips down a highway on 95 in Florida, there's like, every fucking other week, there's somebody. some asshole flipping their boat on the highway, and you're like, that's problematic. The last 2 episodes have just been random weird tangents, but anyway. The wind is not going to flip over your car, it's your bad driving, that's all I'm saying, so. When I was young, my mom drove during storms, and I learned how dangerous it was. I mean, it is, yes, but also driving is just dangerous. Now Mom and Dad don't do anything dangerous. They try to travel more safely, although planes aren't very safe either. They're still safer than car travel, to be fair. That made me feel much better. I worried about those things since I'd become an adult, and at least here in a car accident, you might not walk away, but you might survive. But in a plane accident, you're probably going to die, so at least you're going to go out pretty fast, to be fair. I thought it was normal when I was young, and I simply accepted their reckless behavior. Plus, planes do have to... Not that I feel like their safety precautions are great, but they're probably, checked more regularly than most people's cars, since some states don't have car inspections, and you can drive around with your jankety-ass car with the bumper hanging off that's going to flip down the highway and kill someone. And you don't have to be insured, you don't have to be responsible, and, it's kind of fucking bullshit. Yeah, cars are way more dangerous than planes, even though if a plane crashes, you're probably gonna fucking die, but planes are just more of a pain in the ass, because you're like, airport security is fucking ridiculous. And then it was normal when I was young, and I simply accepted their reckless behavior, says the man who leapt out of a helicopter on a motorcycle, by the way. Oh. Her eyes lit up after spotting something in the room. I was curious about what she saw, and then I noticed she was looking at a photo stand. Hey, Raul, is this a picture of you as a child? Show it to me. Oh yeah, that brings me back. That's from when my parents and I stayed at a village of the Cupid tribe. She gripped the photo frame and studied it closely. I scooted over to join her, and those are the little, aren't the Cupies were they? No. Those weren't the Popopes. What were the Popopes part? Was it the Cupid tribe that they were talking about? I don't remember. That really takes me back. They gave me the title of warrior in that village. Yeah, we do get to see the photo! Look at little baby Raul, it's so cute! Stop it! Oh. That was when I was just 7 years old. He's supposed to be 7, he looks 12, but whatever. Wow, amazing! This makes me look so strong! I got to wear the tribal dress and paint, and I was thrilled by the experience. My parents were guests of the Cupid tribe because of an excavation. We stayed there for several months. But during that stay, I didn't wear the Cupid tribal dress. I only had the sturdy travel clothes my parents got for me. I felt so out of place. I was the only kid dressed differently from the Cupid children. Sometimes when I washed my clothes in the river, I finally felt like one of the village kids. The adults of the village must have noticed my loneliness. However, I wasn't permitted to wear the traditional clothing of the Cupid. It was because I was a visitor, not a tribe member. But one day, they allowed me to wear the traditional Cupid warrior dress. It was because I'd caught a large snake that invaded the village, so they acknowledged me as a warrior. That's so adorable. Warrior Raul! He defeated the snake! We have a new warrior! Yay! So am I strong? Yes, Raul, you defended the village. The Cupid warrior dress suits you. But to become a warrior, you must complete one more challenge. Can you jump through that ring of fire, Raul? Oh my god, his parents were like, go for it! Of course! I've walked on hot coals before. They recall my visit to the Puatopine tribe. But that's the Puatopine. Yeah, it's the Puatopes. The Popopes came from the Puatope tribe, right? Aren't these the same tribes? I don't remember, anyway. Where they introduced me to their fire-walking rite of passage. It's very similar, anyway. Compared to that, I felt confident facing any challenge. Alright, here I go. Today I'd be a proud Cupid warrior. I can hear the fire sounds. I charged and leapt straight through the ring of fire. The villagers cheered for my success. Raul, incredible! You made it! Oh, that was a young, anyway. A new warrior is born! Raul, you are amazing! Congratulations, Raul. You're truly a warrior now. Mom? Dad? I thought you were at the ruins. Right, we got a baby voice, sorry. We just came back. We're so proud of you, Raul. You became a Cupid warrior. Yeah, I defeated the snake and protected the village. That's amazing, Raul. That's my boy. But are you okay? You weren't bitten, were you?
Don't worry, Mom. I did what you taught me. I caught it in my hand like this.
That's my boy, Raoul. I can't stand snakes. I usually keep my distance and shoot at them. By the way, Raoul, our research suggests that the ruins are about 10,000 years old. They might lead us to an unknown ancient city. We need to fly back to Lost York immediately. We need to get on the plane.
What? Right now?
No, you shouldn't leave the village now. It's humid. It means a storm is approaching.
Don't worry, we'll make it before the storm hits. Besides, flying through storms is no big deal. I've done it before. I like how his mom is the adventurous, crazy one who punches sharks and wrestles alligators, and his dad's like, I'm gonna let her handle this shit. Especially snakes. We need to deliver the news of this monumental discovery. What?
I don't know if that counts as our CG, but I love it. And that's what happened. She looked at me with astonishment as I recounted the events surrounding the photo.
So you really flew through that storm?
Yeah, my dad's an excellent pilot and handled it just fine. Although, okay, so his dad's the flying through storms pilot. Okay, at least, still and his mom punches the sharks. But the storm got worse once we were off the ground. We were in a small plane, so the turbulence was awful. I was a bit frightened. But I fell asleep along the way. By the time I woke up, the storm had already passed. The bright blue sky with the sun breaking through the clouds was beautiful. I'll never forget it.
You fell asleep during the storm?
Yeah, maybe I was tired from fighting the snake. I started getting sleepy because of the rocking of the plane.
I'd rather be asleep when a plane crashes than awake and petrified and terrified the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know how to pilot a plane, so I felt my best option was to remain calm. Oh, but I did fasten my seatbelt.
I see. And it's remarkable that the Cupid tribe recognized you as a warrior.
She picked up the photo one more time and looked at it fondly. My heart overflowed with emotions. I wanted her to know more about my childhood. I wanted to learn more about her, too. I wanted to know what her daily life was like in Celestia. Now it's your turn. I want to know more about you. I pulled her into a tight embrace and her brow furrowed.
Me? There's nothing interesting about me. I just looked into the spring every single day and shot my arrows through there.
Did you ever fall for humans when you looked down? Like Psyche and Cupid?
Never. You're my first and only love, Raoul.
She smiled with such innocence as she wrapped her arms around me. The sweetness of the moment made my heart soar. Oh man, I love her more every moment. Look at his little blush, so cute. I've never felt this way about anyone. I don't know what to do about it.
I'm trying to help you, Bird, because you have so many pin feathers. I'm trying to, get them out, but you're so mean.
After the Cupid tribe honored me, I left without saying goodbye properly. But I honestly didn't feel very lonely. Goodbyes were normal for me. The thrill of being named a warrior overshadowed the pain of leaving a place I had called home for months. And whenever my dad talked about the ruins, his excitement chased away the rest of my sadness. Now the thought of saying goodbye terrified me. There was someone I wanted to be with forever. It was an emotion so sweet that everything melted before it. She taught me this emotion. We lay on the bed, still in each other's embrace, and I gently kissed her. Hey, I love you.
Raoul.
Hearing her voice say my name filled me with a happiness so intense, I never wanted to let her go.
I love you too, Raoul.
Yeah. Come a bit closer.
Sure.
Closer. The storm outside drowned out all other sounds. As the rain continued, I held her tighter. I bet you did. Voicing my love wasn't enough. Words couldn't express the depth of my emotions. Once the storm let up, my parents would return, so I cherished every moment with her, telling myself this was only temporary. Yeah, I can't explain to her in words how much I love her, so I'm gonna bang her so hard.
Hey, it works. Listen, Raoul, if that's your love language, I'm here for it. Episode 2. I'm guessing, well, I don't know, we get a CG within these. I don't know if that counts, the little flashbacky one.
We spent the whole day lazily in bed. You smell so good.
Me to my bird. When I sniff him, oh, I smell good. Until you take a bath, then you smell musty and not attractive. It's weird because, when humans take a bath, you smell good. And, but birds smell better not when they're bathed. When he's freshly bathed, he smells musty and, like a musty basement. It's just not a good smell. You smell it's not a good smell. It's not. But when you're dry, like right now, you're sitting on my lap. But if I were to sniff you, oh, you sniff so good. Bird people are weird. Because I would be the same way if someone was like, oh, I love smelling my dog. You like the smell of dog? Gross. But I'm not a dog person, so I don't know. Like a freshly bathed dog maybe smells nice. I don't know. I think a dog, and I'm like, you walk in someone's house and you're like, it smells like wet dog in here, or like just dog smell. And you're like, no, no. But like, bird people understand just sniffing your bird. Hey, Raoul? I buried my nose in her hair. She playfully pushed me back by the chin, laughing. She acted as if I was a big, silly dog, which encouraged me to be even more playful. I gently bit at her finger. Hey, Raoul! Woof, woof. It wasn't the real bark I had practiced. Instead, I imitated a cute, high-pitched bark like a smaller dog to make her laugh. Hey, no! Stop! I pretended not to understand and embraced her. If I had a tail, it would have been wagging uncontrollably. I mean, yes, valid for you. I truly love her. She was so small that it was easy to envelop her entire body in my embrace. My affection intensified as she playfully struggled to break free. There is a world somewhere where, like, Raoul is like this and embraces you or whatever, and you are actually struggling to break free. And he's like, it's so cute, she's trying to get away and playing, and you're, like, terrified, like, oh god, I really want to get away. And, like, he has no clue. There's a horror movie deep underneath, but, like, no, I love Raoul, so absolutely, I would not try to get away from him at all. Hey, how about another round? I whispered in her ear, and she immediately blushed. Raoul? Even though we did this multiple times a day, she always reacted as if it was a new experience. It was unfair. It only made it more difficult to resist teasing her. I love you. My kiss momentarily silenced her mock protests, but she suddenly pushed me away. Wait, Raoul, isn't it time for the Mythological Society meeting? Hey, you're right. I glanced at the clock and jumped out of bed. Today's discussion was about Cupid, a topic I had proposed. Being late to our own meeting would be a bad look. I wanted another round, but I suppose we could pick up where we left off later. We did it every day anyway. That was normal in Lost York. I don't think that's normal in Lost York. I think that's normal for you. I read an article that said couples in Lost York hook up every night. I'd love to use that in Myths About Zeus for a discussion. The Mythological Society members say that Zeus's infidelity is just a motif and not real. I wanted to debate that seriously. I don't think everyone in Lost York hooks up daily. Like, not everybody has that much stamina, you know what I mean? I definitely believe for Raoul that's 100% like normal, but Lust and thought I took a quick shower and got dressed. Luck and Thort? She put on her makeup as I gathered the materials I'd prepared for the meeting. I packed Mythology of Cupid, famous Greek painting records, and Mythologies on Love, among other things. What else is there? An old book caught my attention. I purchased it after my life was saved at the Neptune Festival. Wow, this book brings back so many memories. The book was called Neptune and Atlantis. Even though it wasn't Neptune who saved me, the reason I was saved was pretty amazing. After I got food poisoning at the festival, a god saved me, and the obsessed parasite in me was born. Opening the book, I was met with that familiar old book scent, a mix of dust, ink, and paper, and we all fucking collectively know what that goddamn smell is. And, like, I feel for you if you can't just brain memory that without having to open a book. Even a newer book, there is just something about the way a book fucking smells. The ink and paper smell. Old books, new book. Old books do have a dust and must kind of smell to them. Like they smell like ye olde times. But there's always that underlying ink and paper book smell, whether it's a new book or an old book. Old books just have added ambiance, you know what I mean? But like, you know what a book smells like. And I feel for you if you don't, because like, what the hell? If you can't just right now, you're not just like, yep, I can smell it. But also if you don't enjoy that, my heart aches for you. Because, like, I haven't read in a long time, to be fair. And, like, sometimes ebooks are easier because, like, you can just whip out my phone and read Kindle on my phone or whatever. But, like, goddamn, something about the smell of a fucking book. It's not even the feel of holding and turning the pages. Like, yes, I get that. You know, when people are like, oh, I love holding a book. Like, you know, I get that. It's not that for me. It's the smell. God, it's the smell of fucking books. Like, goddamn, if it is not one of the best fucking smells, but also the weirdest. Because it's not like food. Like, oh, it smells like waffles or it smells like flowers. You're like, if you think about it logically and take a step back, the smell of like ink and paper is not inherently like, ooh, I want a candle that smells like that. But at the same time, ooh, I want a candle that smells like that. I can't light candles because of the bird. But you know what I mean? Like, but you're like, there is something about that, the ink and parchment paper, and you're like, oh, God, it just feels, oh, God, I can smell it right now. And there I have old books sitting next to me, like too far to reach. But I just want to grab one and stuff my fucking face in it. Why are we talking about sniffing things? Like, smelling people, talking about smelling birds, and like, like, okay. This has gotten weird and unhinged. But like, damn, everybody collectively knows what this smells like, and you just love it, and it should technically not make sense. You know? It's kind of like the smell of Home Depot. You ever been to like if you've never, or like a Lowe's or like a home improvement store like that, like a big store like that. There is something about those stores where you're like, no, I would not want my house to smell like this. But when you walk in, you're just like, yeah, the sawdust and the dirt smell and a little bit of paint underlying and like it. I think for me that is nostalgic and it reminds me of my dad. So that's why like that kind of smell is not like something I would ever want in my house. I don't want my house to smell like that, but I can appreciate it because like I remember on weekends as being a kid being like, okay, we're going to the store, blah, blah, blah. We're going to like, oh, I gotta go to Home Depot or whatever. Oh, like you don't want to do that as a kid, but like now I'm like, yeah, but you know what? I would go because it was always my dad going to get something for outside or the garage or whatever. And it's like, so I just remember those trips and it makes me remember my dad. So it's like, you know, so like I have that weird nostalgia moment, but it's not something that you'd want your house to smell like, but it's a good smell because it triggers memories or something. And then like technically a book smell is not like, oh, but at the same time, it's so good, but it shouldn't be. I mean, it's not like it's a bad smell, but you know what I mean compared to like actual beautiful scents, like flowers and things. You're like, ink and paper shouldn't rank as like one of the best damn smells, and yet one of the best damn smells, right? But do you see the like illogicalness of it? Illogical logic? Like, anyway, it is one of the best smells, but it really fucking shouldn't be somehow, but it is. I wanted to learn about mythology, so I brought every single relevant book I could find. This was one of them. I'd stumbled upon this book in a secondhand store, and it was there I learned about the Mythological Society. I met my friends thanks to this book. A few years ago, I had some downtime until my next job, so I was getting excited reading the book. Wow, I got lucky finding this book. Such a hidden gem. I've always wanted to read this. Well, let's see. So when you analyze the ancient civilization of Atlantis, it seems to be more advanced than us. A piece of paper fell out from between the pages. Huh, what's that? There was a memo in there. The paper read, "Come forth, our new colleagues." Beneath that, there were texts written in both hieroglyphics and Latin. Could this be a code? Excitement bubbled in me. It reminded me of my childhood. My parents often wrote letters to me in Latin or Greek. They'd challenge me to find my birthday present, and with their coded letter in hand, I'd search all over the house. That's so fucking adorable. They sent you on little treasure hunts, but they're also like, they wrote in other languages. Like, that's so fucking cute. I just now realized the posters in the background are Raoul and Ray. This says, every day on Sunday, maybe it says 12 o'clock, and the location is... I opened the mythology examination book I always carried with me and translated the code. Oh wait, now that I'm looking at it, this part needs to be read backwards. Wow, this code's so well made.
Seems like it's describing the location of an ancient ruin. But this has to be a certain location, right? I wonder what I'll find if I decode this and get there. What if it's a ruin? Or maybe it's a gathering of gods. Whatever it is, it's exciting. Lost York University, Mythological Society. That's what it said. The Mythological Society. When I finished deciphering the entire code, my eyes lit up. What? They have a mythological society at Lost York University? I think it's so cute that they put it in this book and put the book in the like inside of a secondhand store book. They probably like went in and were like, "Oh, this is the perfect book," and they slipped the code in there so anybody who bought it, if they could translate it. They don't mention that they'd welcome anyone who deciphered the code. And they debate about mythologies. This is amazing. Isn't this the kind of thing that people go to conferences for? I had no connections with those kind of people, so I was extremely excited to go. Going by the code, they're doing it today. I wonder if I'll make it on time if I go now. I checked my watch and stood up. Just then my agent walked through the door. Raoul, I got a call about... What's that in your hand? Oh, hey. It was only when my agent mentioned it that I remembered I was on set for filming. We were on standby and I brought the book to read during the wait. That's right. I have to perform a motorcycle jump from a pier onto a boat today. Today's shoot was for an action-packed spy film where I played the sidekick. I couldn't just leave during filming, but my eyes kept drifting back to the memo. My excitement about deciphering the code began to wane. I really wanted to attend the meeting. Is it time for the shoot? Disheartened, I turned to my agent. She simply shook her head. Well, about that, I'm sorry, the leading actor was double booked. Filming's been postponed to tomorrow. Seriously? Yeah, it's unfortunate you had to come today, but they need you back tomorrow, so... Gotcha! Then I'll be back tomorrow. Raoul! Thanks, catch you later! I put away my book and memo before leaving the office. Today, the Mythological Society would meet. Thanks to the leading actor being double booked, the film was delayed. It was destiny, I was sure of it. I wonder what the Mythological Society is like. Will I become friends with them? I can't wait. He's so adorable, I love it. Wait, Raoul Aconite? What? The actor from that film that was practically a mockery of the pyramids? Upon entering the classroom, I was met with a sea of tense expressions. Clearly I wasn't welcome. Everyone stared, questioning why a Sillywood actor was present. They were referring to that B-grade film about the pyramids. I've actually seen the one I acted in. Setting aside what they thought of the movie, it was the first time I met anyone who watched it, and that made me a little happy. Hi, I'm Raoul Aconite. But I don't think that movie was blasphemous. I used the time I participated in excavating a pyramid for my acting. A real one? That's hard to believe. Only a handful of people ever get that opportunity. Here's my proof. See? I'm part of the excavation team. I showed them a photo with my parents and several professors. Their expressions changed instantly. That's Dr. Aconite, the renowned archaeologist? And I'm his son. What? I envy you, Raoul Aconite. You used your parents' influence to enter into the pyramids that only a select few could. I'm sorry, but if you're just here to mess around, leave. This is a place of sacred debates. I'm sure you came here by mistake. Hold on, I solved the code to get here. I swiftly took out the memo from the book and spread my notes on the table. I found this memo sandwiched between the pages in my book. That's the secret code we snuck in to attract like-minded members. Huh? Is that what you were doing? The Mythological Society is a holy place. We can't simply recruit members out in the open. Sometimes people hear us debating and come unannounced. Too many of us have different philosophies, fights will break out. That's why I designed the recruitment process to filter out casuals and attract people who truly love mythology. The apparent leader of the group eyed me skeptically. He started going through his bag to take out a memo. There was Latin on it, probably written by him. If you crack that code, you should be able to read this. I can. It says the population of the city center based on kiln usage frequency. So this was too easy. Then what about this? He presented a hieroglyphic script. That one says, a day in the life of a secretary. The group exchanged glances after my quick answer. Hey, doesn't this mean he's the real deal? But is he really? He's a Sillywood actor. Hey, I only have one brain cell. I technically have two. I act with one, and it doesn't ever do anything else. It's like a fat hamster that's kind of drunk and just rolls around. But my other brain cell is like spot on when it comes to languages and mythology and archaeology and shit. I got nothing else going on in here.
Like, seriously, he's such a fucking himbo, and yet he's a goddamn genius, and it's so baffling, and I love it so much.
Everyone looked at me, unable to shake off their doubts. I decided to take out my trump card, my mythology analysis notes that I built up for years. Ever since Neptune saved me as a kid, I've enjoyed studying mythologies. Please let me into the mythological society.
This is...
I read through a few pages of my notes, becoming more excited by the second.
What a novel analysis! This is it! This is the new wave that we, as the mythological society, need right now! Raoul Aconite, please become a member.
Hooray! And I started to go there often. We'd heated debates, then ate together at the diner afterward. Those days were some of my most cherished memories.
Raoul, we have to get going.
Oh yeah, coming! I closed the book and picked up the other ones I needed for the debate later today. I was sure we'd have another heated debate today. They'd probably get exasperated with my strange analysis. But the real Cupid was right next to me. She always smiled and thought my analyses were interesting. Could hardly wait to hear her thoughts.
Ow, don't bite, you nasty bird. You's nasty boy. You's grumpy. You's grumpy brat.
Episode 3!
At that moment, she was taking a shower, which you could clearly see from the balcony. I was doing my exercises at home while listening to the sound of the water. Speaking of which, we haven't taken a shower together in a while.
I mean, you can basically watch me. I kind of love that shower. It's like... Also, it's facing out the window, so if anybody was like peeping in the windows, they're gonna see everything.
A few days had passed since I started working at the donut shop. We'd been jogging to make sure we didn't gain weight from eating so many donuts. Sometimes we'd shower together after a run.
There's plenty of room in that shower, it's huge.
When I felt like jogging wasn't enough, I did weight training. In these cases, she usually showered before me. But I do like showering with her. I always thought about ending my session early and joining her. No, I promised myself I'd do 100 reps today. I cleared my head of distractions to focus on my workout. All this was to indulge in those delicious donuts. And to protect her. I had to be strong so I could protect her in emergencies. I'd continue to train to prepare for those moments. Yeah, Mars may come to take her away at any time. She said she was human now, but she was once a god. Anything could happen, so I trained so that I could be ready for anything. But the sound of the shower running kept messing with my concentration. My gaze drifted upstairs toward the shower. I could see her silhouette blurred by the steam.
Oh, look at you, super blushy and adorable right now. It's kind of funny. I like how they're like, I could see your silhouette in the shower. Like, the fact that they're not even like pretending that it's like blatantly obvious that it's open. But what the weird thing is, that's obviously the bed too. But when everyone was staying here, they all went to different bedrooms. So there's obviously enough bedrooms in this fucking apartment for our friends to stay at, even if they doubled up. But yet, we sleep in an open-ass fucking loft with no walls.
I wanted to go in there and hug her. That honest desire of mine started to reveal itself. Hugging in the shower would feel so warm and good.
It would not stop at hugging in the shower.
Maybe I'll ask if we can shower together tomorrow. But our shower's a little small for two people, and there's only one shower head.
That shower is small for two people? That thing, you could have a disco in there. That thing could fit 4 people. It'd be tight for 4 people, but 2 should be fine. That's like the size of 4 of my showers.
It was fine when I lived alone and didn't share it. Maybe I should add another one. Oh wait, there's another bathroom in this house.
I mean, I would hope you had multiple guest rooms.
Remember in the layout of our newly acquired house, I set the barbell down.
Newly acquired? Okay, so we're pretending this is different than the one that he's always lived in. Okay.
We used it as a storage room, so I completely forgot about it. But there was another door next to the kitchen. It led to a bathroom.
You're using your bathroom as storage?
I had it remodeled so I could use it to display all my statues. I had some contractors come in to remove everything and turn it into my statue room.
I think it's really weird. I wish they had changed the background or something, because this is the apartment we always lived in, but now this is a new house and his statue room, but the statues are behind. It's just like, it's not adding up for me, but whatever.
I'm so dumb. Should have had them build a bathtub. But I'd seriously thought it was unnecessary at the time. I never imagined that we'd live together here. And I usually didn't take baths in the first place. I thought showers would have been enough. That influenced my renovation decisions.
No, you need a giant bathtub.
Maybe I should have them bring back the bathroom. The room had nice lighting. Maybe I could even put in a hot tub.
And here's the thing. So again, when everybody was staying here and well, no, but still. We weren't dating Rebel at the time, but we were here hanging out, like whatever, and everybody stumbled off to other rooms. And then they'd have to go into your bedroom to use the bathroom, and that appears to be very open. So, like, don't watch me pee while you're in bed, because, like, we don't know that the bathroom, that the toilet has a separate stall. But you have, like, multiple bedrooms? And I'm very confused to this house. And maybe I'm not supposed to think about the logic of it.
The idea of taking baths with her excited me. I'll discuss this with her later. I resumed my training in high spirits. But even if we build a new bathroom, I'd want to leave the current shower as is. We have a lot of memories there. Ever since moving in as a couple, we took showers together all the time. One of those memories burned brightest in my mind. It was the night we'd officially started dating.
Oh my god, are we gonna get a shower CG? It's too late. My option's long gone. I don't have the option to choose to remain as Cupid anymore because my love for you is worth more than that, Raoul.
After her declaration, we headed to my place. We kissed in the elevator and somehow felt like my first. Jumping into things like before didn't seem right. I hesitated and didn't know what to do for the first time. Hey. Should we head to the bedroom, shower first, or eat dinner? I was so close to asking those questions. My anxiety was obvious. Felt like a novice in love. Oh, I know. I better wash off the sweat from the filming. I've been filming all day. I wanted to freshen up before I touched her. She looked relieved when I suggested that.
Right. Would it be okay if I use your shower?
Yeah. Wait. I nodded, then quickly shook my head. I reached out to grab her hand. I couldn't do it. I couldn't wait any longer. I wanted her so much it felt unreal. Let's take it together. She blushed at my suggestion. That was why I took her by the hand and led her into the shower. She didn't resist.
Oh my god. Oh hell yeah. Oh dear lord. Did we get this one in the last game? Because it's a flashback. Like, I feel like we might have, because it's a flashback, so was this one from the prior game? But like, goddamn. Okay.
During the shower, I heard the beating of my own heart. I was so nervous I thought I might faint,
but at least we got a shower CG, but I think it's a flashback one.
What should I do? My heart had never beaten this fast before. Even when I was close to being eaten by an alligator, I'd never been this nervous. Should I look, or should I not? I couldn't decide. I'd seen her naked many times before, but I found it hard to look at her directly in that moment. Feels like I was reborn since meeting her. The shower seemed as loud as a waterfall. The heat of the water on her skin and the sensation of her wet hair had never felt so real before. She stood right in front of me. Just that fact alone was added so much vibrancy to my world. I love her. That feeling overflowed in me and I wrapped my arms around her.
I'm not moaning.
We shared a single kiss. We'd done this so many times before. We'd even kissed in the car earlier that day. Yet it felt like a first kiss to me. No, that's not true. This was my first kiss with her as she bared everything to me. We were in our birthday suits, exposing our true selves. This was our first kiss in the truest sense of the word.
Except for you've been naked before, so not really, but also, okay.
But it's different, like, we're not...
Well, I'd say, like, we're not intending to have sex. That's why we're naked in the shower and it's getting a little steamy, so...
She chose me over being Cupid.
I'm not moaning.
The deeper our kiss became, the more she shyly wrapped herself in the towel. Her delicate hands and long eyelashes were so lovely to me as she looked down. I have to do better. The moment I thought about touching her, a surge of joy shot through me. Suddenly, I was nervous about doing it right. Darn, why am I so nervous? The first time I touched her, I just wanted her to feel good, as if I were a fitness instructor. I don't know if that's a good analogy, because I don't know if fitness instructor... Yeah, I mean, sure, at the end of the day and at the end of the path, but, like, while you're doing all the fitness stuff, it's like, it kind of hurts. Like, it's not comfortable. I wanted her first time to be a good memory. Even if my body heated up, my mind had been cool and collected. But now I'd completely lost my composure. Every time I touched her, it felt like an electric shock ran through my fingers. My love for her made it hard to catch my breath, but that sensation made me so happy that I moved to kiss her again. The memory of our first was like a treasure to me. This was the first time I'd been in a relationship with anyone. It made me feel truly alive. That's why even if we build a bathtub, I want to keep that shower room exactly as it is, so we can still take showers together sometimes. I was reveling in those memories when I heard her turn off the shower. She dried herself with a bath towel. Soon after, she stepped out of the bathroom. She scanned the room, searching for some clothes to wear. But I hid them. I'm just kidding. Finding nothing, she came down the stairs, draped only in the bath towel. Raoul, you done with your training? The instant she came near, I couldn't restrain myself any longer. Her request for me to wait from earlier was forgotten. It's probably because I'd been reflecting on the past. That drove me to embrace her with such a raw emotion. Hey, Raoul, I just got out of the shower! I hugged her even though I was sweaty, making her protest, but I didn't let her go. We're gonna have to take another shower now. The scent of her body soap was so dizzying, I felt intoxicated. Sorry, seeing you, I just couldn't resist. Oh, come on, Raoul. Why don't you go shower too? Sure, I'll do it after. After? We'll be sweaty all over again. We can take one together then. Raoul, Oh, and now he's moaning and huffing. Oh, dear God. I kissed her and picked her up so she wouldn't get away. With her legs dangling, she let out a soft whimper in my arms. She seemed so bashful when she looked up at me. It's like a fire lit inside me. I felt so happy that I kissed her again. Show me how clean you've gotten. Oh, I'm about to get real dirty. I whispered in her ear as I shifted the position of my fingers. Oh, I'm not moaning for him, but you smell good. Her hair, fresh from the shower, was still damp. I leaned in, taking in its scent as I adjusted my stance. The smell of the conditioner, the body soap, and her sweat was something I loved. When her scent started to mix with mine, I got even more excited. And the bubbles would reset everything. I wanted to take a shower together again, so we would do something that would cause us to sweat, as opposed to the fact that you're already sweaty. The smoothness of her body from being freshly washed was now painted over by me. I enjoyed that feeling of depravity as I looked forward to showering together. I love his little dirty thoughts. I'm gonna guess the young one was the CG then, because... Yeah, that was the third one, right? Yeah. So... Let's see. Hey, Marinese. You're so adorable. Oh, yeah, okay, this was the CG, was the, adorable baby Raoul. Aww. So cute. Alright. That one's cute. But we'll leave our wedding CG as our endy one. But, yeah, no, overall, still absolutely love Raoul, so good times. We will finish up the game in the next part. We'll not finish it totally, but we'll start the end, because we'll get into Alan's route, and I think that's the end. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think this one we'll have to see after we do that. Does it have any other little things? No, the after dramas are story. The new Parasite was Marinese, and the bonus episodes. You know, so I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else for this. So yeah, we'll start our final descent to finishing up this game, which is probably good. Because it is October now. I mean, I'm not sure where in October this is landing. But probably as this is wrapping up and Ellen is starting somewhere. I'm not sure what days these go up and where they, fall.
But October is 9 Rip coming out, I believe. Like, I think I can never remember if that and then Verce's November. One's one. We'll be picking that up after this. So I need a little bit of a buffer because as soon as that comes out, I will get it and I will start playing. I want to start playing it, but you know what I mean. But yeah, we're getting down. We're getting down. Woo! From fluffy, goofy weirdness to probably Trauma the Game 2.0. And then Verce at the same time because that comes out in November, so we'll be playing. Why do I do this? Anyway, but I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.